money is a necessity because we are in a world that we have to pay for a living for money. True. So, but happiness and contentment and things are greater than that. I lost my father, Allah yarhamu, God bless his soul, and that is to me is like it's worth I don't know what. Some person can look at me and be like, look at her, she has a car, she has a lot of money, she closes deals. I can look at her and be like, you have your father alive, thank you very much. I can't compare. So it's not that. Everybody, we're all the same. We're all, to me, a king, a janitor, my maid, whatever, and maybe that's why I'm different than a lot of people. Everybody treats me. You treat me bad, it's you. I'm not bowing down to anybody except Almighty God. That's it.
You know, yeah, it's interesting. I always, when I don't, the days I don't start my day praying, chanting, or meditating, I think that day I struggle. And the days like today, when I start off first thing, the moment I get up, before the kids get up, before my wife gets up, before I even put the kettle to make them breakfast to surprise them, I catch myself, I get my beat, and I go to work. Even if it's, I mean, when I say I go to work in praise in the spirit, and I take those few minutes and I go in, and I got this, through the Islamic teaching, even though I practice, Buddhism now, my many years. And one of the things I picked up in Islam is discipline. It's the ability to know that each and every one of us are the same when we leave this world. Your Ferrari, your nice house, your luxury, whatever it is not coming with you. But one thing that we are taught, and one of the things I picked up was you pray for the happiness for others. And if possible, put others first before you. And I'm saying this because this is what I see in you. Your excitement to put others before you, and the joy. And because when we do that, it's like you said this in one of your conversation. It's like the gift that keeps on giving. So I asked you that for a reason, because I believe we are at a place in life now, whether we like it or not. Innovations, everything is moving fast. Social media, everyone's looking for instant gratification money. Everybody wants to make a quick buck. Entrepreneurs want to come in, and it's sad. What people don't know about the term entrepreneur, or what it is to be a serial entrepreneur, is what you're saying and what I'm saying. I am a serial entrepreneur. We make mistakes, we lose, we fall down, we get up, we cry, and yes, we get on our knees and we pray, because the journey is nobody is there to support you, just like in death. I'm so sorry to break it. So I want to ask you this: what is the kind of message that what is Dalila? What is the message that you want millions of young women to be inspired by right now? If they were watching us, if they were watching the show, if they just looked at it from an angle, what is it you would love for them to take away from this? Because this is an incredible time for women, and I would like to say you and the conversation about it is very, very important. And sorry for the long question. It's very, very important because a young lady from Azerbaijan was saying to me the other day, she said, we talk about women empowerment, Oris, but the sad thing is we don't have the men in the room talking about women empowerment. So it means nothing. And I was like, he goes, you're a father of two girls and a wife. So you understand that, and you have a son. We need to have this conversation in order for women empowerment to excel. Now, that has to come from people like you and her who are in a kingdom where your leaders now are now opening the doors for women. Everyone, you know what I mean? And this is why I find this conversation with you very, very intriguing. It's beyond luxury. Like I said, this is beyond us. So with that being said, I just want you to elaborate on that.
Yeah, women, to all the women out there,
Mm,
there's a funny two sayings, and I still think they're funny
mm,
because there's even songs about it. It's a man's world,
mm.
correct? It's what
Yes,
everybody says.
so everybody says.
But there's the other thing that comes after it, that
Mm,
women can either make or break a man. So is it really a man's world if we can make them or break them? Just let that sink in. If it is a man's world, we cannot make them or break them. And at the end of the day, these men are children of a female. Okay? Kingdoms fall because of women, and kingdoms grow because of women. A man becomes rich because of a woman, he becomes broke because of a woman. Female are the most powerful humans ever created. Because if we were not meant to be here, it could have been just Adam. There's no need for Eve. So once you understand, and not necessarily when I say powerful means I need you to be out there and become a CEO. Motherhood is the hardest job. Taking care of kids is the hardest job. Being at home, okay, and holding your family together. The thing is, women empowerment, we women or women forget that they think women empowerment is pushing a female to get a job outside. No! Women empowerment is help those females that are at home right now taking care of their babies and their husband, and they're cooking and they're cleaning, they're probably psychologically unstable and upset, and they're thinking they are not doing enough. They are doing more than enough. They are creating these CEOs. They're the one at home. For us to empower each other, empower the stay at home mothers. Give them more confidence. Tell them what they're doing is more than enough, because they are the one that are the strength of all of that. Then there is us, the ones that are outside, that are fighting to become CEOs, to build our own company, to build our own empire. There is those women. For me to tell them, of course you could do it. The day you have one doubt in your head, you're not gonna do it. The day that you think a man is gonna do it better than me, not alone another female of a different race or culture or hair color or whatever is gonna do it better than me, then guess what? That position is not for you. You believe, you become, you create, you go. It starts with a belief. And we are in a world that every country is opening its doors, and opportunities for female empowerment come, invent, do. There are some, if you just study the history of which female invented what, you will be shocked. And maybe that could be a reminder to the women entrepreneurs out there. Sometimes we think we're alone and we're the first one. No, there is history and history and history of females that were out there, the first ones. And there is nothing wrong if you are a stay at home mother, or if you are a single mother, or divorced, or never married or don't want to ever be married or having kids or not wanting to have kids or want to work all your life, all of us are in one pedestal because we are all powerful in each single thing that we're doing. So that is this is how I feel. This is how I see it, which is starting from our great grandmothers right now, if they are alive, or our mothers or grandmothers, if they are alive at home, to the ones that are working right now and wanting to work or not work. Women, strongest, most powerful energy ever created. It's the power we have. I mean, you don't hear sometimes people sitting, oh, that man walked, I feel like, wow, damn, he's very strong. No, you say it's about a woman, you're like, wow, damn, that female. It's like, wow. I mean,
This is forcing me to ask you the origin behind your name, Dalila.
yes, Dalila, Delilah.
Yeah,
Seriously?
I can't help. I'm
I
sorry.
mean, well, it is in the Bible, and there is
Yeah,
Samson, and I'm not saying I'm going
yeah,
after Samson,
yeah.
but
Because we're talking about the strength of women and women empowerment. So your name itself.
I think it has to do with the name. That
Hmm.
sometimes I have that. It's crazy, but my name, it was just picked. It's literally between my mom and my dad in Morocco. I think there was my cousin named Delilah Christina, and there was who else? I don't know, someone famous with Delilah. And my mom wanted the name Dalila, which is Dalila wa Shamshun in Arabic, and it's Delilah and Samson. Which, if you could see in all my stories, is Dalila or Delilah. It's both. It's the same thing. I'm Arab. I'm American. I'm African. That's just how it is. So it was. I still don't know how. The only thing I remember that my mom wanted my name, and my dad told her, "No, I'm picking Khadija or Khadouj or something that's very, very like Moroccan heritage." And she was so upset. And she's like, no, I want to name her Danila. And he's like, oh, I named her already Khadija, or like. And then till she saw, and she's like, oh, okay, he named her Danila, which was, there's already drama just with my name and
Yeah.
strength and problems. Her name was not picked
Yeah.
easy.
Wow.
So, but that's what I believe, and one of the most thing that I wanted to just bring up again, that
Yeah.
let's not forget about the stay-at-home mothers.
Yes. Which brings me to this, and I'm going to add this to help to because you need to go. I need to. We're not done
Tell
with
me.
that. International Women's Day.
Yes,
Um, you know, um, I want you to tie it in with you know to bring it back now to women empowerment. International Women's Day. How is that celebrated, especially now more than ever? Because I'm sure you've seen the strength and the growth of women in this environment you're in. That's
yeah,
pretty much the last 50 years. They've shown an example. They've shown an example of these women are no longer behind the veil anymore.
yes.
Can I dare say that they're no longer behind the veil? And it's funny.
But the
I get
thing
the
is that they're
feeling.
not understanding is
Mm,
we are behind the man, but we are
mm,
leading them on what to do. Because trust me, no matter how powerful that man is,
yes.
he goes back to his wife
Oh yeah. I
and
am a.
she tells him,
Yeah. Yeah.
this is the next move, my friend.
Yes.
Whether it can be countries went to war because of a female, it can be to anything. So don't underestimate your power. It's like, and no, 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 no. We were behind because we are letting lead, my friend. It's okay. There is so much to it. So on International Women's Day, on that note, here in Dubai, there was so like so many events, so many events. I can't even pick like which one. So They have events. So we are booked, not just podcasts. They'll bring a lot of women that are here, entrepreneur women, which is a housewife, inventing of this, like an Emirati woman, speakers. There's a lot of events with so many female speakers. Like it's amazing. To the point sometimes I'm like, I don't know which one I'm gonna go. I'm just gonna watch their Instagram stories because I want to be at each one of them. So it's 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 highly supported here. Also Emirati women, and they're building their culture within themselves and with with the people from outside, with international females. So there are multiple events happening to support each industry, and each industry there is women in it. Like right now, even Emirates Airline, they have Emirati female pilots. Okay, so that by itself, I mean, me and Christina or Natalia, or yeah, we can. But let's talk about I am here in Dubai. So, and Emirati women, how they are, they're more at home and this and that. It's a different culture. And she's flying the plane. Like, that is amazing. So, what else should be done for even Dubai to show the support of women? I mean, here the support of women could be just as, you know what, forget about all of these big numbers and hype. The fact that I can walk at 4 o'clock in the morning, go for a run, and come back without nobody daring to disrespect me, that is women empowerment. The fact that I am so confident when I'm in Dubai, I don't have to look and say, oh my God, or what time is it? Or I have to go home, or my watch, or my car, or I'm walking alone, or I used to run at 4 o'clock in the morning by the beach because that was the time where I had to clear my head, you know? During Ramadan, like before Imsak time, before I fast. So that alone is not just a definition of woman empowerment. Safety. The fact that even if, for the respect of females, places that are crowded, they have a line for the female line. Here's respect to it so you don't have to be all like, I don't know what's happening. You know? Not all women want to be in lines getting touched by how many people. It's this small gesture that if I go to a government building, I have the choice to go to the female only lane. That's here, relax, I'm not pushed or touched or whatever it can be. That is, it's not anywhere in the world. I'm sorry. Because if you do it anywhere in the world, they're going to be like sexist. No, it is the comfort and respect of the female. Here, you are a temple of your body. No one should touch it unless if you want. You see, it's to that limit of like, there you go, stand here. You know, in the world, anything can be interpreted differently and negative when you're against an idea. You know, they'll say, "Oh, look, they're covered," or "Excuse me, I'd rather be covered than be naked all over the internet." Maybe that's what you think, freedom or woman empowerment. No, there's so much to it. There's so many to it. As a businesswoman here, as a female, go open whatever idea you have. The government will support you. There, they'll give you priority. Go ahead. Yes, 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 and yes. So,
It's interesting because I come from a family where all the women, whether they were lawyers and doctors, they all had businesses on the side. My aunt, may so rest in peace, that really had a lot of influence over me growing up. She was a lawyer. She taught at the university, and she had a business. And
Amazing.
my
Because
my
women can multitask. Men
and
can't.
this we're talking Africa,
Men
right?
stick to one thing for
You
life.
know,
We're
yeah,
like, we're painting, we're
you know,
driving, we're babysitting.
yeah. And my grandmother too. She would go 6 months out of the year to North Nigeria to.
See?
She was an entrepreneur. So, and we were literally raised by aunts, moms, and grandmothers. The men, I always say, the men's in Africa and the Middle East are probably the luckiest human beings on the planet. We are so spoiled because it's the women. I see it with my son. I see it with my son. Sometimes I'm ready to go, ooh, and my wife says to me, let me handle this. And my wife goes, and they have this conversation. He comes out and he comes to me, he gives me a hug, and I look at my wife, and she goes, and she does this to me. She goes, I know, and so this is why, for me, being fortunate like you to come from where I come from and have the luxury to travel in space and time to see different. It must be. I wonder how you feel sometimes, and the fact that the likes of us have to find ourselves adjusting to different climates. Like you said, there's certain things we know growing up that in some parts of the world, oh my God, let me or you dare say, oh, heaven forgive us. So and this is where prayers come into it. This is where I literally just go, Ya Allah. I just really pray hard and say, you know what? I, we need sometimes. Do you ever find yourself in that situation sometimes that you really just have to trust, and not for you, for the rest of the world. You understand, you know?
And especially, I mean, coming to me, it's three different cultures. Even
Yeah,
Morocco, it's totally different than here.
yeah,
Like Morocco, we're more European style.
yeah,
Here was still culturally different, So I had to adjust to it differently. Imagine going from Morocco to the States, which is like whoa, and then coming back here, it's a shift, like a time machine thing. I went from okay European style to like full American to let's go back to the Arab world. That I'm like, who's doing it right? Like who? I'm sitting here in a triangle. That I had to pick me what best fits me to do it right. I was like, I'll take from here. Thank you very much. I'll take from here. I'll take from here. That's it. And you're just guessing and thinking this is how it's gonna go. So on that note, like I've one time I've read something about, I don't know, it was in Europe and the ladies with the hijab, how the Europeans they said first of all they banned the cover because they're like, oh, it's against you guys' will, you're doing it. And I'm like, what are you doing? Like what are you talking about? It's in the contrary that which I'll connect it to the women empowerment is you want to cover. You don't want. What type of country comes and tells people this is what no, you can't do that. You can't you understand what I'm saying? So they try to shift it to how the Arab world is strict because they're strict and they're not giving freedom to their females. I'm sorry, the Arab world is the best of their females. They spoil them, they take care of their mother. There is no way that they will leave their mother to go to I don't know where, you know. The women, if you don't want to work, you're sitting, they're taking care of the kids, they're taking care of the man is doing the man. Because I mean, at the end of the day, empowering women is what? Empowering women is letting them do what they want to do in their hearts. You want to go to the moon? Fly, and I know you will. You want to do this? Go out. This is what it is. Don't force them to forced to be at home or forced to be at work or for. If you can afford your wife to be at home, amazing. If you can't and you guys want to go work together, great. But you cannot connect it to cultures or say people are forced or people you you're not understanding it. Then you are speaking for everybody. Let each one speak to themselves. Some females want to have kids, some females don't, and it's the most annoying thing in life is when you every woman that's or every people, they'll meet a female and they'll be like, first question is, are you married? Okay, no. Then automatically they assume she has to have kids. They assume she has to have married. And then when you do get married, people start asking me, when are you gonna have a kid? You have a kid. When are you gonna have the second one? They're not letting you be happy or content. Not everybody's born with motherhood. Motherhood is a gift from God. It's a blessing. And who has it is great. And who doesn't, maybe they have different power that they're supposed to bring out there. That don't listen to people pushing you. Why aren't you having a kid? Because you can't have it. There's something. Maybe you need to change the world. Maybe shift your mind. Because there is no way something is taken from you to punish you for no reason. Everything has a reason. We don't know what it is till the end. You know, you just believe and you just go. So it's to me, uh, when you meet women and automatically you start asking them their status, if they're married or not, or if they are, you ask them if they're having kids. I think that's must must shift because you're adding trauma to people that and you don't know. You don't know who's going through a struggle of what. People think motherhood is everybody has it. Not everybody has it. Some people cannot have it. Some people go through
Yeah.
I don't know what to do it. You know. So
Yeah, I'm so glad you touched on this, and this is something when when my wife was one of the rules my wife and I settled on, and they say you marry, you end up marrying or befriend or being part of a company of friends or people you do business with based on who you are, right? Right? You're a magnet in all these circumstances. Whether it's friendship, whether it's someone your dream is to do business with someone that thinks like you. The dream is to buy something from someone that thinks like you. Your dream is everyone's biggest dream when we pray is that someone is thinking exactly what I'm thinking. If that happens, great. If it doesn't, you try again tomorrow. And one of the things that this is not to take away from what we're saying. When she was pregnant, I, me and her really struggled to tell people to celebrate, especially in an era of social media. We were very careful, and a lot of people, even family members, were annoyed. And I remember just turning around and say, "Hey, we did that for the respect of those who are struggling to have children. It's not something you want to just throw in their face. Don't you understand?" And it got to the point where I was so annoyed. And my wife turned around and said, "Honey, don't worry. Everyone's at a different place in thoughts and spirit. Let it go. Don't worry." And I was really, and then when my third child came along, nobody knew. And because I always felt in my heart, and growing up as a kid, I saw a lot of people struggle. And that's what, when you pray, you're in a place, in that spiritual place. And this is why I talked about to you about the understanding of spiritual, whatever belief system anyone is listening to this. We pray to have the compassion and understanding and empathy, not just for our life, but for others. Not everybody can be, not everybody could be Tom Cruise. Not everybody's going to win this Oscar. Not everyone's going to win this real estate, but we all have a job. Not everyone could have children. And I love the fact that people like yourself, you are mindful of that, right? You're very mindful, I'm listening to you. You're very mindful of that, and I think, to me, is a testament of who you are. I watched you. We've come on. We've been speaking for heaven knows. how long, and of course this is good. This is definitely going to be a 3-4 part. I don't want to cut nothing out of this.
I know. I'm
So,
like, hey,
so yeah, so
I
from
just checked the time right
yeah,
now.
we're about to walk off, but
Hold on.
yeah, but it's amazing. It's amazing that we the likes. It's very important that we are mindful, of other people, and you do it very elegantly, and before we leave, talking about that, and I would like you to elaborate on that, but I want to leave this with you, and you will walk us out of this. Uh, Delilah, how would you want to be remembered in your field, in your industry? What is the legacy you want to leave if tomorrow you decide to say, you know what, I want to run for prime minister, president, or I want to work in the government sector. Hasta la vista, I'm done with this. Or I don't know, I just want to just focus on writing books and masterclass of how to sell and blah blah blah. What is that thing that you want many people to admire of your achievement
In life generally, or
in your industry, in your
in
field?
my industry.
Yeah, in your industry, in your field, because what you're doing is leaving a legacy. People are going to wake up
Yeah.
tomorrow and say, Delilah, that lady sold my dad that house. That lady got that villa. Do you understand where I'm going with this?
Uh, you see,
Yeah.
I'll give you an example of
Mm,
one of my first clients, couple of clients, and then I'll tell you how it made me feel. Which
mm,
one of my first clients, she was French, that came, wanted to purchase a unit. She knew no regulations. She was fighting with me like, you Dubai people, and I'm just like, okay, listen, just do whatever you want to do. Someone is not telling you the regulation. She ended up buying from me the unit. Then she ended up getting pregnant. She had to buy another unit, so I resold that unit for her. Then I ended up being a witness in her wedding in the French consulate in Dubai. And then, like, having another unit also that I took care of, which that, and she left. She's back to France. She's like, "Oh, I cannot live in Dubai anymore. I'm gonna leave to France." That's it. She bought this huge vineyard. She's like, "You need to come and visit my vineyard." And to me, that is just like makes me feel so happy and proud of myself that for someone to make you be a witness at their wedding, that you know for because she saw who I am. To me, I believe in karma, which is do good, good comes back. So if I ever, the memory that I would leave is just how people felt when I was around them. So to me, I feel like the legacy I'll leave is a smile in someone's face, if that makes sense. That's it. I want them, if they hear my name, they'll just smile. I don't know why I'm crying.
Hey,
So
if you gotta cry, cry it
it's
out.
just
This is what it's about because
because
I
it's not,
wow,
like it's not,
wow.
what is it? Money, all of this comes, but my legacy is a feeling that I want to leave with people, touching their hearts, minds, and soul. That what? Wow, she was amazing. She made me smile, and then they smile, and then that's it. You know, because that's that. Making someone's day is it's very hard. You don't know what they're going through, so it's just sometimes you can just smile at someone from far, and they probably was gonna commit suicide, and you don't know it. And we're in such a cruel world, so I'm just always I like to spread more happiness and positivity. And I don't know why I'm crying.
No, it's okay. It's okay. This is like this happens in Oris Santuary. This happens
So
in my company.
that's
I
it.
it's very important. I do.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. If any man is watching this, I've had moments where I break down and I've cried in front of my wife and kids, and my wife made it very. She made it known that when we cry, it shows strength. It shows resilience. So I'm very honored to see that. It just shows.
I don't know, nobody
Strength. It
see me
shows your
crying.
character.
Although,
It's resilience. You're
I think
passionate
everybody
also.
sees the happy part of me,
Yeah.
but to me, I think tears are healthy, and
Yes,
this
it
was
is.
just because you think about the actual day. If you're gone, that's
Yes.
it.
Wow.
You know? Yes.
Delilah, thank you so much. This is the most very intriguing. It's that's the thing. When I started the show, I I look back on different episodes, I just shake my head and I say to myself, I'm very grateful to be in the company of people who want to have conversation, who take their time for the likes of me. Uh, you
Thank you.
know,
Thank you for this. Thank
you
you.
know,
You know?
and it's important, right? Because what we do is, you said it right. We're a vessel. We are we are a messengers, right? And sometimes life has its way to use us to touch someone's life.
Yes,
Um,
of course.
you
We're
know,
basically angels here.
yes,
Where there is whatever you wish for, not necessarily is gonna come falling from the sky. It could be through someone like me or you. And we need to not forget that we are here to help each other because everybody's going through something. And once we just remember that once in a while, then empowering each other, whether it is Women's Day or Men's Day or whatever it is, it's no separation. We're all one. Because from dust until dust we will go, we're just gonna blow. As simple as it is. And my favorite thing that I live by and believe strongly is contentment is an inexhaustible I can't even speak anymore. I'm still like in treasure. Okay, being content is the biggest treasure in this planet, and once you conquer the definition of contentment, once you truly believe what it is, everything will fall through. It's everything. I mean, I was jobless for 3 years, but I was still blessed to help people while I'm jobless. I was helping people to do things. That's a blessing, you know? And it's happening and it's growing and it's happening. I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know. I'm just following the path. Support where I can support. Because if it doesn't come back to me, it goes to my mother or my
yeah,
brother or
yes,
cousins or I don't know what it is,
yes. Wow,
you know? So
wow. Thank you.
that's that.
Thank you. Shukran. Shukran.
Yes.
Shukran.
Thank
Thank you
you
so
so
much.
much. Thank you for having me.
Oh,
And
and
remember, I got
yeah.
tricked into this. It was supposed to be a 5 minute catch up. Okay? Wow. Listen, karma. I'm gonna give you back one day,
Oh,
okay?
yes, you will.